So I guess the joke is on me, right? You guys really wanted to see this hair. You knew how frustrating it was going to be, but you said we want to see Pink struggle through this. Oh, what a great way to start 2017. But I got y'all, so let's get into it. So I'm using Janet Collection's 2x Rod Twist braid in the color M1B27, and as you guys can see by the tightly coiled curls, I was concerned about frizz and poor curl definition upon separating each individual curl. And I'm using this braided crochet wig cap, which is very well constructed and it's perfect for the U-part wig. Now, I took inspiration from Styles by Fash here on YouTube because she used great steps to construct her U-part wig. And when I first started crocheting the hair, I felt at ease because I was like, I don't know why you guys are frustrated. This hair is working out pretty well. So I started spacing my crochet knots about 1 to 2, more so 2 finger widths apart, because I wanted to be careful about the volume. Now, the further along I go, I started to implement different methods because I would crochet in strands of hair that were a little thicker, and thus I would only knot the hair once. But then I began spacing the knots further apart because if I'm using a more voluminous section of hair to crochet in, I need to also adjust the amount of space between each knot. And so I started using 3 finger widths. But as you guys can see, this hair, it started to become a little bit unruly. So I took it a step further, girl, as suggested by Styles by Fash, and began skipping full rows of braids. So I skipped this row to help reduce volume and to just help my own sanity, because this hair is incredibly overwhelming and I wish I would have implemented it sooner. When you get to the area of the front, be sure to skip a row. The braids are very close together and it'll just make it easier on you. So once I get to the area where I'm doing the knotless part, I am going to crochet the knots very close together. I want maximum fullness at the area of my U part in this particular region. If you guys want a visual demonstration of the Nautilus method, I will have that linked below in the description box. And once I completed the Nautilus method at the front of the wig, I wanted to cut the cap right between the left and right sides where I created the Nautilus method, or the invisible Nautilus method. And I'm just using a clear cut with hair shears, and at the ends of the U part closest to the front of the cap, I am going to sew very tightly and close together small stitches on this comb attachment, because this is a great way to secure your U part wig. And I wanted to make sure that my stitches were very close together so it's not going anywhere. I'm not the best at sewing, but I made it work. And this is once I finished the hair entirely, and there's a lot of frizz. The ends look crazy. I don't know, I was taken aback, so I started misting my hair with water. Water is your friend. And I tried to define the curls like one at a time, and I was overwhelmed, and it wasn't a good thing. Even trimming individual ends didn't work, so I started taking heaps of hair and cutting off 1.5 inches because the ends looked the worst on this unit, and I wanted the curl pattern to shine through. Now on to the knotless method for my individual cornrows. So because I don't want any leave out, I really suggest this option if you don't want to use your own hair. You can crochet in the rod twist, and I cut the twist in half because I knew I wanted the front portion to be shorter. Crochet in about anywhere from, a maximum of 20 pieces, you're good. You may even use a lot less. And I'm just securing the U part wig. And I liked it, but I had to go in and begin trimming the hair because again, I felt like the curl pattern was very deceiving. It looks nothing like the hair on the model, but I made it work to the best of my ability. I'm glad I was able to do this tutorial and provide my honest feedback, and I hope you guys enjoy. Hit that thumbs up button if you like this tutorial. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.